Hello, everybody. Welcome to another class with myself, Charlie, from Real English with Real Teachers, and the lovely
Harry Giles. I am quite lovely, aren't I?
You are. You're gorgeous. How are you doing today?
Yeah, very well. How are you, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm a little bit late. I managed to get my coffee just in time, but I think Harry was a little nervous that I wouldn't be here on time. Is that correct?
I think that's fair to say. I was a bit like, come on, Charlie, you're running late. We have, our viewers, 16 viewers now. We don't want to keep them waiting, do we?
We certainly don't. But all is well. We're both here, both on time. And we could say in the nick of time, couldn't we?
In the nick of time. We could do, yeah. Yeah, if you want to say that you arrive just in time, so with maybe 2 or 3 seconds to spare, you could say we arrived on the nick of time.
Or potentially in the nick of time.
Yeah, I think that's true. I'm going to write that. Just sometimes even the teachers forget these phrases.
Yeah. Okay, so we should probably introduce that we are here for non-native English learners, and we are aiming to provide idioms and examples of idioms for intermediate to advanced learners. Yeah?
Absolutely. Yes. So we have our YouTube channel, Real English with Real Teachers. Hello to all of our subscribers and to any new people who are here today. We love to make videos about current British idiomatic expressions. And we've currently actually, we have 7 other videos, don't we, Charlie, that are of a similar nature. And I've put that in the link below in the description. So if you want to see our idiomatic expression series, then after this video, please watch those videos to learn the other idioms that we have taught.
Fantastic. Such an efficient person. I didn't know that you did that. Well done. Yeah, so we are doing the 8th in the series, and we hope to cover letters Y, was it? Yeah, V and W. Letters V and W today. And then next lesson will be the end of the series on the remaining letters. Yeah?
Exactly. First of all, we would like to say a big hello and welcome to you guys who are here. I can see we have Simone Lai. Hello, Simone. Galina Davina. Hello, Galina. Bunyamin. I do apologize if my pronunciation is bad. Bunyamin, hello. How are you? Very well, thank you. Who else do we have, Charlie?
Well, I just wanted to say that Galina is one of my beloved students. So hello, Galina. It's nice to have you here. I hope that we can serve you well today.
I'm sure we will. Oh, that is a treat. I can see we also have Enrique, Correa, Kubra, Marcio, Miriam, my student. Hello, Miriam. How are you, Miriam?
All right. So without further ado, shall we get into it?
Absolutely. Charlie, can you kick us off with our first phrase?
Yeah, I was looking for our idiom, but it seems to have vanished into thin air.
Oh, vanished into thin air. Okay, that's a nice expression. So Charlie was searching for something, but he could not find it because it disappeared and there was no trace of it. He did not know where it is. So what do you say, Charlie?
I just don't know what's happened to it. It's like it's vanished into thin air. And in fact, I had that yesterday. My old mobile phone, it was placed on my desk, but I had taken a note and I had put a piece of paper over. I looked all around the apartment and I thought, it's vanished into thin air. Where is it?
Terrible. Did you find it in the end?
Evidently, yes.
Okay, there it is. Yeah. So if you guys today, it's really important in these lessons. We really want our subscribers and our viewers to participate in the lesson. So we want you to write your examples of these idioms. So if you could write your example of to vanish into thin air. For example, Charlie's phone vanished into thin air yesterday. He could not find it. It disappeared almost into the atmosphere. So yesterday, I lost my wallet. My wallet vanished into thin air.
Oh dear. Did it mean that you had to get someone else to pay for your coffee, your things that you were buying that day?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I had to beg my mother.
Oh dear. Okay. So you went out for coffee with your mother?
Yeah, I did, Charlie. Yeah, I went for a coffee with my mother. Is there
There's
a problem with that?
nothing wrong with that. No, just asking. Good.
Yeah, good. All right. So, have we got any examples of vanishing into thin air? We're still getting lots of new people here. Lovely to see you all. We have a ciao from Johnson. So if you guys could write your examples of vanishing into thin air, that would be perfect.
So we've got Marcio. Can I apply that for people like when you lose someone is the middle of a crazed, can I say she vanished into thin air? Yes, you can apply it to people. So you could indeed say he or she vanished into thin air. And you could use that with missing people. It seems like this person has vanished into thin air. There is no evidence of her disappearance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So when people go missing, they vanish into thin air. And you could even say if someone robbed your house, if someone stole something from your house, and then you could not see that they were there. There was no evidence. The robber vanished into thin air.
Yeah.
Enrique wrote a good example with car keys. My car keys vanished into thin air.
Yeah. Just for the natural way of saying that, do you think that you would say it at the beginning or the end of that comment?
What do you mean?
The car keys vanished into thin air. I imagine it would be more natural to say, I've been looking everywhere for my car keys. They seem to have vanished into thin air, right?
Yeah. I think that would probably would sound more natural, but it's a really good example. And maybe she was providing that as context for her example. Really good, Enrique.
Very good, Enrique. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. My prized possession that I got from my mother vanished into thin air. Okay. What do you think?
Why not? What was your prized possession, Sarah? If you could not find your prized possession that your mother gave you, and there was no evidence of where it was, then yes, it vanished into thin air. Very good example. My mum, Alice Giles, says, like my umbrella. So yeah, so I lost my mum's umbrella. So the umbrella is what we use to protect ourselves when it is raining, and it vanished into thin air. I lost it in a bar.
So you can use it in a way that suggests comical effect. If you know that someone did it, then you can say, yeah, it seems to have vanished into thin air, hasn't it, Harry?
Yeah, exactly. All right, shall we go on to the next phrase?
Yeah, just one more. My bloody glasses has vanished into thin air. Sod it. Very good. I like that. We just need to change the has to have. My bloody glasses have vanished into thin air.
Exactly, because glasses, even though it's a single thing, we treat it as a plural.
Yeah, a pair. Yeah, pair of glasses. Okay, yeah, let's go on. It's good though.
Fantastic.
Great to see that people are giving us great examples.
Yeah. Okay. The next one we have is a vicious cycle. Now,
Circle.
some people say a vicious circle. Some people also say a vicious cycle. So we can say the two things. How would you define that, Charlie? A vicious circle or a vicious cycle?
I would say that it's a sequence of events that tend to make each of them worse upon themselves. So it's
Yeah.
a never-ending circle that is vicious.
Yeah. Yeah. It is vicious. So it's a negative, really negative thing.
Yeah. For example, someone drinks because they are unhappy at work, and then they lose their job because of that, and therefore they're even more unhappy. And so the circle continues to thicken and get worse and worse. So it's a vicious cycle or circle.
Yeah. 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 That's good. So it's, yeah, any sequence or pattern of events that gets worse and worse and worse as the events join or influence the next events. Right?
Yeah, I don't know if you could use this with it, but I really like, well, both of us really like to do mindfulness, sitting in a quiet room and going, and I've forgotten to do it occasionally, and it feels like if I don't do it, it gets worse, and I forget to do it even more often. So it's a bit of a vicious cycle. If I don't do it, then I won't do it even more the next week. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I guess if you are kind of procrastinating and not doing something, things get harder to do. So if you leave one piece of work for the next day, then you have more jobs to do the next day, and you don't do them, and then you get more stressed, and then everything starts to pile up and become too much. So it is a vicious circle. Thinking of psychology, I had a panic attack like over a year ago, a panic attack. So a real extreme kind of horrible experience when I thought I was dying. I thought I was having a heart attack, but it was myself, my own thinking that made it happen. So you have a vicious circle when you have a panic attack because you feel anxious, and that makes your heart beat fast or quickly. And then you start thinking about how quickly your heart is going, and then you get even more anxious. So it's this vicious circle.
Yeah, right. I did hear of this, by the way, everyone. So this isn't the first time I'm not being I'm not having a lack of sympathy. I have heard this before. It was quite an episode. Yeah. So we've got
some examples.
So yeah, Boram. We've got a lovely piece of advice. The only way to get out of your vicious circle is to give up and get out of it. Yeah. To give up and get out of it. It's very true. Nice one. Thank you.
Absolutely. Very good, Boram. And Boram's one of my students. So hello, Boram. Lovely to have you here.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do Galina's, my students?
Yeah. Okay. So hello, Galina. Eating unhealthy and then not sleeping for a period of time is a vicious cycle. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So if you don't eat healthily and then you can't sleep, so if you can't sleep because of eating unhealthily, then that would be a vicious cycle, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you don't sleep and then you feel guilty for eating so badly. You feel guilty, or you feel stressed, you feel unhealthy, and then you're thinking about it when you're trying to sleep. So that would be a vicious cycle, because the next day you would feel even worse, and then you probably have another burger or another unhealthy
burger. It's always got to be a burger. If it's not a burger, it's not a vicious circle.
Yeah, it's got to be a burger. Yeah.
Karen has said, my relationships always turn into a vicious circle.
Okay, right. And what? Okay, yeah. Often relationships can become a vicious circle, can't they?
Yeah,
But,
yeah, that's a nice example. I wouldn't have thought of that as an example, but I agree.
yeah. Doing drugs is a vicious circle.
Yeah, good one. That's nicely put.
Yeah,
And then let's see
absolutely.
what Alice is saying. I eat chocolate because I am depressed, and I am depressed because I eat chocolate.
Fantastic. That is an amazing example by my mum. So yeah, the way she eats chocolate and then she gets depressed. So we have the sequence of events there, and then she's depressed because she's eating chocolate. So it just goes round and round, but she keeps going. She keeps on eating chocolate, but it's not true, is it, Mum? Because actually, she's doing lots of yoga and keeping very healthy. So
I don't know. I think your dad seems to think otherwise.
that's my uncle.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, David. Yeah.
Really good. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So all the family. If you want to see really good examples, just look at anyone with the word Giles, because they are my family. So they've got some really good examples for you. We've got Alba. Often politics is a vicious cycle or circle if human resources doesn't deal with them.
Human resources doesn't deal with them. So for an English native, human resources, we would tend to think of the department within a corporate company or just any normal company that deals with the human interaction of the employees.
Yeah.
So that doesn't quite make sense for us, but we'd like you to explain it a bit more. Or Harry, do you have any insight?
If your example involves more than one event and how they have a negative impact on each other, then it can be a vicious cycle. So remember, it has to be a sequence or a pattern of events that all negatively influence the next. Yeah. For new people who have just arrived, Charlie and I are professional English teachers and we teach via Skype. And today we are offering a free YouTube lesson for you all to practice your English and some new British idioms. Our links to our websites where you can book Skype lessons are in the description box below. So check that out after the class.
Cool. Again, well done for doing that. I didn't know that you did that. Well done. Okay, should we go on to the next one?
Absolutely. So what's the next phrase, Jazz?
The next phrase,
Oh, I like this one.
or you know what? This live lesson, I am just having a whale of a time. I'll tell you that for free.
Absolutely. Me too, Charlie. I'm having a whale of a time. An absolute whale of a time. So we're really enjoying it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we are loving it. We are really enjoying it. Yeah, having a happy, good old time.
Yeah. I don't know the origin of this word. I was actually Googling for the origin, and no one really knows what the origin is. But a whale is an enormous sea creature. So maybe it's to demonstrate the enormity or how big, how much of a great time you are having. So it's a way of visualizing how good you are passing a moment.
Yeah, my lovely little idioms explained book doesn't actually have that idiom, so your guess is as good as mine. And yeah, so
I have an example. The other day, I went to a Russian party, a Russian New Year party. Hello to any Russians and happy Russian New Year. They celebrate on the 13th of January. And I had a whale of a time at this party. I had a whale of a time, Chaz.
Oh yeah. Why did you have a whale of a time at this party?
No, there was lots of drinks, lots of very friendly, drunken Russian people,
Oh,
and lots of interesting food as well.
okay. Yeah. So you had a whale of a time enjoying the Russian culture.
Absolutely, yeah. I had a whale of a time. So remember, it's like to have a good time. We can also say to have a blast, and a blast is like an explosion, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I've just realized the time and how we probably need to continue a bit faster, don't we?
We'll just
But
do
let's
what
look at these examples because there's some great ones here. Okay, so I went to a karaoke club with my friends last night and we had a whale of a time. Brilliant, Marcio. But we just want to say I went to a karaoke. So we need an article. But yeah, great.
Nice, nice. We have a whale of a time with you guys. Thank you, Aram93. Very glad to hear that. We're having a whale of a time with you as well.
When I go out with my friends, I always have a whale of a time. Perfect. Yeah. Watching your debates, I have a whale of a time. Again, well done, Galina. Go to the top of the class. Not that I have favourites, of course.
But if you did, she would be your favourite. I had a whale of a time at my Ireland trip.
Okay, so why is that good, but we need to improve it a little bit, Harry?
So the use of the phrase is perfect, but we always go on a trip. So remember the preposition, Miriam, on a trip. To go on a trip.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Lovely. Okay, the next phrase we have here. So I just saw a funny phrase from my my cousin. Okay, the next one. Hey, you know, Charlie, you know that argument we had yesterday about.
Oh God, don't bring it up in front of them.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it's, you know, it's okay. It's water under the bridge. It's water under the bridge.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, mate. Okay, I'm glad we can move on from it.
Yeah.
So, water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. One of us will type that. This means to, well, actually, I'll be efficient. Anything from the past that isn't significant or important anymore. So if you have an argument, like we role played very effectively there, I'm sure, you can let it go and not let it worry or concern you and say, don't worry, it's water under the bridge. Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So often after an argument, you could say it to say that, yeah, this isn't important anymore. We forgive each other and we move forward and continue with our friendship, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever not let water go under the bridge?
No, I don't think there's no real point holding on to these you know, negative emotions towards people. I'd rather just you could just stop talking to the person, I guess.
Yeah, you could. I'll show them. Okay, so waiting for some water under the bridge examples, but it's nice to see that we've got other comments from Whale of a Time as well.
All right, should we go on while they think of some examples with that? We'll tell you our next phrase, which is quite a nice one, isn't it?
It is indeed.
And I often say this about Charlie.
Oh, come on,
Charlie,
now.
you are really whipped, aren't you? By
Definitely not.
By Stacey.
Definitely not. No, I'm completely able to control my own life, and I am not whipped. I'm not whipped.
Okay. Do you know someone that is whipped?
Yeah, there's a guy called Charlie who's in a relationship with Stacey, and he's whipped. He's whipped as hell. No.
Okay.
So what does whipped mean?
Well, it means that you are under the control of another person. And you basically respond to anything they want you to do. Typically, we use this between two people in a relationship. It's not to be confused with whipped, which is often a verb, to whip, which can mean to do that quickly with your eggs. You whip an egg, right?
You need a tool, though. You don't really just use your hand. You normally use a whisk to whip up the cream.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, all this to whip when you have like a long rope. And
and I think that's where it's from, because you will control someone with a whip, like a horse. You would whip them. So it comes from that to mean in a relationship, if someone whips you, you do whatever they want. So you can be whipped. You are whipped in that relationship.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Charlie is whipped in his relationship. He will do anything his girlfriend asks him to.
I mean, I disagree with that, obviously, but for the audience, using an example, I'll allow you that one.
Yeah, no, actually, you do have quite a lot of control. I don't think Stacey doesn't. She doesn't wear the trousers, does she?
Oh, you're teasing us, Harry. We've got that coming up in a second, guys. So, under the thumb. Yeah, David, thank you for that. Charlie is under the thumb. So that's another synonymous idiom to being whipped, under the thumb. Exactly the same.
Exactly. Okay. So it's, yeah, to be controlled at the mercy of another person. I just said to Charlie, you know, that example was not, you know, completely factual. Charlie has a lot of control in his relationship. Who would you say wears the trousers in your relationship, Charlie?
Well, I am wearing trousers today, but we don't mean this literally. We mean this in terms of who is more dominant in the relationship, and potentially who takes on the, is it fair to say, the masculine role?
Oh, that's very sexist and traditional.
But that's probably where it originates, right?
Probably, yeah, you're probably right, actually, yeah. So from the traditional idea or notion that the man is the one who controls things in the house.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so to answer your question, maybe Stacey wears the trousers in our relationship.
Okay. So, and what does that mean, to wear the trousers?
To be more dominant, to have more control over what you both do day to day, week by week, year to year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I've just seen an example here. His Enrique said his ex-wife used to whip him, therefore he divorced her. So grammatically and everything, that's a perfect sentence. It's different to our phrase, but it does make sense, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. Enrique should be a comedian. Maybe he is.
Yeah, I do really like that. Yeah, so yeah, it's correct. Yeah, that would be an abusive relationship, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Nice one, Erin. No need to apologize. It is water under the bridge. Perfect.
Very good. Don't think about your last exams that you didn't pass. So remember, you don't need the ed because the past is in the auxiliary verb didn't pass. That is water under the bridge. Perfect, Sarah B. Very good.
Okay, Noba is saying, why do we often use isn't it, aren't they, etc.? is not easier using other ones such as right or no. Oh, okay. I was hoping that it would be the positive, is it, and are they? So I'm not sure how to explain that one necessarily. Oh, Harry, are you there?